Lilith is going to be in Virgo as we enter into 2024. And I think it's important to consider Lilith because Lilith is hidden energy. The story of Lilith is about being rejected. And this is how interpreting Lilith can help you see where we can tend to fall into dark paths of our psyche. Now, the journey of Lilith is about finding your light. And in 2024, we are going to have Lilith in Virgo. This is going to be about finding our light through the darker parts of Virgo, where we tend to go dark in Virgo. One of the things that I love to tie to Lilith are the seven sins. They can be seen as separate, but in a lot of ways, it can help inform us of where we tend to go depending on the signs. And when it comes to Virgo, one of the things that you'll find often is separation. And so when we look at like the seven sins, we can actually find greed, envy. These are things that are typical to most of earth sign darkness, right? In Virgo, we're going to be really focused on the need, the desire, and even the dark pleasure of needing to criticize. So Lilith in Virgo will bring out the pettiness in people. If you have personal planets in Virgo, this will highly affect you, and you can definitely, reach out to me, get a reading. But either way, if you don't have personal planets in Virgo, where Virgo's in your chart is where you have to watch out for this pettiness to kind of, get at people in a righteous way and believing that, because you can see the flaws, that it's your right to say something or do something about it. There's also a vindictive energy to Lilith and Virgo. See, Virgo is this energy of cleansing and putting things in order. But when Lilith is in Virgo, we deal with what it feels like to be rejected. And so it turns on itself. And so Lilith and Virgo can tend to manipulate people by playing on their sense of duty and responsibility, or even their sense of perfection. And I do feel like all of the earth signs in Lilith may display, like I said, greediness, also materialism, which is very different than to materialize, which is the beauty of earth signs, but they often tend towards materialism, which leads people down this road of celebrating the golden calf, believing that, everybody should look and act a certain way, these types of things. So people can play on your sense of duty towards being perfect. Wherever you feel like you're not perfect, you may feel this incredible compulsion to be perfect with Lilith of Virgo. You may also project that onto other people, making them feel like, geez, I really don't have my stuff together. I'm not perfect. And this leads down this rejection type of energy. The other thing with Virgo is the sense of work, like going to work, having to work, having a job to do. This is something that you'll see society plays on people a lot. And even with men, I almost want to do a whole different video on this, in the sense that a lot of people who are leaving their jobs or who don't want to do their jobs, they quite often are feeling this sense of duty and responsibility without a strong fulfillment towards that. So Lilith and Virgo will pull out the sense of, I have to work. And it also makes other people have to work, regardless if they like the work that they do, if they feel deeply like the work they do is impactful to others. Virgo can bring in, especially with Lilith here, just like these chores, like things are chores, but they're not intrinsically connected to our sense of purpose. And without that, work can feel very like banality. It could feel very unoriginal. The other thing with Lilith and Virgo is dealing with people who don't take care of people who do work. For example, service workers, like when I stand online at the cash register and I see people yelling at people behind the cash register, they see these people as objects. They see these people as, things, numbers versus actual people. So Lilith and Virgo can take the humanity out of work and wants people to just work and act on a sense of duty versus having them be compelled to do it, because there's a very big difference and one is a lot more sustainable. You could have people doing the same exact thing, but one person feels that they have to do it. They're doing it out of fear, while the other person is doing it out of a sense of purpose. So Lilith in Virgo is going to pull out these types of darkness in society. And it's important to recognize how this could affect you from now until June of 2024. One of the things that it also can do is make you become more of the receiver of this rejection. And so it could be a lot of humiliation in your workplace in receiving the rejection with Lilith in Virgo. And this is a sense of like having to be pursued for something that you're supposed to do. And it has a lot to do with lacking dignity, lacking professionalism, trying to get other people to solve your problems, coming from a mental state of a lot of dependency. These are things that we really have to look out for. Now, Virgo also, Virgo and Pisces, I see them both as like nursing kind of energies. And Lilith in Virgo will definitely be about caring for people who don't have the capacity to. Like I said, dependency is a theme here. And so the need to care for people also has to be something of your desire and your sense of purpose, at least, if not desire, your sense of purpose. Otherwise, you'll find yourself doing real dirty work that you don't want to do. Ultimately, the goal to manifest with Lilith and Virgo, right? Because that's what I like to do, manifestation with astrology, is to recognize the importance of finding the light. And with Lilith and Virgo, finds the light by being professional. By operating from a professional space, one will never take a job that they know they are more than qualified to do, right? One won't take a job that they will resent because they won't like it. And they also won't do work unless they really feel the duty in themselves to do that work. It can't be forced upon them. And so this could scare a lot of people because a lot of people need work in order to, make a living. But do you, is the question with Lilith and Virgo. To find the light, easily recognize real medical expertise, understanding what real medicine is, and having respect for those things. This could be tricky this year globally, I feel, with this idea of doctors, because quite often there is this case where it's more about selling prescription drugs, and making that more of a business and actually getting to the root of the problem. I do feel that with Lilith and Virgo, we may find real medicine challenges the medical field, or they come together to actually apply sustainable health care, not just by insurance, but also just by the actual diagnoses and how to care for your ailments through real medicine, through real care, versus just prescription drugs. So let's look out for that. So Lilith and Virgo manifest by trying to fight the things that make us so unoriginal, that make us, technical gadgets. And Lilith and Virgo is trying to bring us back to our humanity through a professional way. And she fights against the tendency of civilization to transform man into no more than a mechanism. Like man just one out of little. And we feel that way sometimes. We feel like we're just things that were not important. So Lilith and Virgo shows that even the smallest things are important. And understanding your importance helps you to feel connected to the all and to the bigger things in life. Don't be afraid to do the dirty work, to find a purpose in the work that you have to do. Don't be afraid to help people, especially people who can't help themselves. Don't be afraid to help the sick and to be giving and generous. And avoid being too stingy and frugal, because that has a lot of lack mentality. Be humble. choose humility at this time and understand the importance of humility being about being human versus being lower than somebody. A lot of the times, humility is seen as something that we lower ourselves under people, but that's inhumane. It's inhumane to see yourself lower than people. Humility is seeing eye to eye with humanity, with other humans, not above them, not below them, but eye to eye. Lilith in Virgo is going to be quite a transit, and it will take out a lot of the things that make you just a functional gadget of a human being. And we can see a lot of people questioning their true suffering in work. So allow this process to go through you. Some of you may leave your jobs. Some of you may keep your job, but find a new sense of duty. Some of you may have to change the way that you treat other people who work. And you also have to watch how you treat anyone when it comes to how they serve you. Even in a house environment, in any sort of environment where people have to serve, how do we treat those people? People who do work even for free, but are still in service. These are things that we really need to look at in order to help elevate humanity towards the light.